Hello. Welcome everybody to the show. It is your boy Ali the Prodigy here with another installment of the A Ali series. Today's episode is going to be talking about a little thing called love, but not like the one episode we did where we literally talked about what is love. Instead, this one is going to be a little bit more #complicated. This one goes out to anybody that's ever felt like the one that they're interested in just isn't really feeling them back, and they get banished to this unknown place, this hidden realm, the realm within realms, the fabled place that most would call the friend zone. And today's question, episode, what are we on? 14 of the ALE series is asking this one very simple yet super complex question. Is the friend zone real? All right, guys, look, I'm going to give it to you straight here. I always give it to you straight. This is how it is, at least in my point of view. All right. As always, I'm going to give my answer first and then open it up for the people in Discord if they want to do so. This is the reality of it, folks. The friend zone is an illusion. But just because it is an illusion does not mean that it is not real. Let me explain. Now, there is no actual place called the friend zone, at least scientifically, not physically. However, there is a special place that you go to in someone's heart when they do not necessarily find you suitable as a mate, but otherwise find you appealing as a friend or as a confidant. And for those of you that are so lucky to end up in this awkward in-between phase, the truth is the friend zone only exists for people that accept it as such. If you are openly holding interest towards someone, and if they do not reciprocate it, that simply means they did not appreciate or, I guess, welcome any advances beyond this stage of friendship. Now, I think one of the biggest debated reasons for this is because people will wonder, well, why am I in the friend zone? I'm a good person. I'm a good fit for them, yada, 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 which may or may not be true. However, this is the case that I bring to the table. Whether or not you feel that you may be a good fit has no bearing on how they feel as well. And I actually watched a video that sort of outlined this in a really interesting way. They basically gave a scientific explanation for the friend zone. And I feel like I should post that up in the Discord because I don't want to try and quote it because I honestly don't remember like anything from that video. But I remember they did bring up a key point that the truth is, if you do find yourself in this zone, that means, honestly, that whoever that you were pursuing did not find that type of value in you. And the reason I say this is because people are attracted to people that they find valuable to them. So here's my pro tip for the day. Let's say that this friend zone area is real, right? Just for the sake of argument. Let's say it is real. What are you going to do about it? Because honestly, the only thing that you could do to even avoid it in the first place is make sure that you hold the value that they seek. Do you even have what they want in the first place? I'll give you an example. How could somebody, I'm just going to call this person Fred. How could Fred want Mary to go out with him if he doesn't offer anything of value to Mary? No type of, and like for anything that Mary finds valuable, Fred does not have. What makes him believe that she would take him out of this, what we call the friend zone. So that's what I want you guys to think about. If you do want to pursue someone, if you do want to stay out of this notorious in-between area, you have to make sure that whoever you're pursuing sees the value that you offer to them. Because that's the truth. And with that being said, I think I've said all I need to say about this matter. So this is the point where I'm going to go ahead and open it up for anybody that wants to hop into the Discord and answer the question. And yeah, we will take it from there. I'm going to go ahead and hop into the thing, and we'll see how it goes. But all in all, guys, I want you guys to think about this before I actually really get into that. I want you to think about this. If I leave you with anything, I want to leave you with this. Instead of seeing yourself in the friend zone with somebody, just see it as they don't see the value that I have to offer. So it's either their loss or it's mine. So for me personally, I'd like to say, well, you missed out because I'm the shit. I'd like to be able to say that. And if you can't say that, then work on yourself. Be the shit. Be the dopest version of you that you can be, and the right people will always be attracted to you. And you will never be in the friend zone again. That's all I got. The waiting room is closed. Oh, sorry. I didn't know. It says it's open now. So, all right. I'm going to go ahead and head on in. And I'm in my throne area. Now, Otia, I don't know. Did you want to hop in this conversation? You're in here, but I didn't know if you wanted to say anything. If you don't, it's fine. It's cool. But I was just curious. You got a question? Are you in the friend zone? This is the truth, man. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm definitely in the friend zone with quite a lot of people. Quite a lot of people, okay? Probably like 90%, 99% of women I'm in the friend zone with. And I'm okay with that. Because if we're being real, the friend zone is kind of dope. Because one, you don't have to deal with the headaches of being in a relationship. And two, half the time, you're not even really thinking about that in the first place. Unless you are, then that would actually suck. But for me personally, if I find myself really, really like head over heels over somebody and they are not interested in me, I'm gonna distance myself. I'm just gonna be like, all right, cool, I'm gonna drop it. You know what I mean? Because to me, there's no point. If I know that I want to pursue something with somebody and they don't want to, I'm not gonna just pretend to be cool with them in the hopes that maybe something will happen. I'm gonna just be like, all right, cool, that's you. Bet. You know what I mean? And leave it. Because ain't no point. You could say that I give up easy, but to me, it's just a matter of knowing which battles to pick. So that's how I see it. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and open it up. Gonna open up with Otia. Let's see what he has to say. Hello, Otia. Welcome to the A Ali Show, episode 14. Is the friend zone real, my mans?
What's up?
How's it going?
Everybody?
Hello, everybody. How we doing today?
Yeah.
Are you ready to start? This? Yeah, hold on. Let me get my freaking timer ready, bro. This is gonna be interesting. Yeah. All right. Ready?
I'm gonna need everybody to open their books.
Oh my lord.
Otia
All right, hold on.
Chapter friend zone.
Okay. All right, cool. What you got?
All right, so in terms of friend zone, this is something that I've had to think about a lot. I actually remember one time I made a funny ass drawing of the friend zone.
Yo, I did too, no lie.
I got chewed out about it, and like I was like, oh, it was just a joke, and they're like, no, doesn't it, blah blah blah, and I'm like, what the hell?
Like, thinks they don't protest too much.
But like, to be honest, the friend zone really isn't real. It's kind of, for me, it's kind of a joke. I know a lot of people are going to disagree with that because they feel like, they have these people that they're interested in, and then it's like they get so far and they do all these things for them, and they miss that mark, that relationship mark. And
Mm-hmm.
that's happened to everyone. It's happened to me, it's happened to you, it's happened to probably everybody in this chat.
Of course.
You're very interested in someone and it just doesn't work. But that goes back to really looking at humans in this day and age. We don't know how to be friends. Like,
Ooh, say that again for the people in the back.
it's true. We don't know how to be friends.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can see the phenomena of Seattle, the Seattle freeze, where people fake friendliness. It's actually
Mm-hmm.
a thing that they research out here. And it's like there's no real kindness or genuine feelings out here. And it's true because you start to look around and you start to look around the world and you're seeing these patterns. You're seeing these people uh take, and then when things get too uncomfortable or get too like, oh no, they need something back from me,
Mm-hmm.
it's like, nope, I can't. And it goes back to just the premise of we don't know how or what friendship looks like anymore.
Mm. So,
um
sorry, explain that. I want to hear more about this. Like,
yeah. So like for me, when I think about it, I think about, if you've ever I want to say high school, because high school is usually where it happens.
mm-hmm.
If you've ever had a friend that was a girl in high school, you're probably going to develop feelings for her because you're hanging out with her all the time. You're
Oh,
doing things with her
yes.
all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You start to think, oh well, you know what? We actually like really get along. We have these connections, things like that. And then you start to wonder, like, hold on, what if we were in a relationship? And
Mm-hmm.
once you start pushing that boundary, you're like, you fall into what everybody says is the friend zone, because it's a misunderstanding, because you think those good feelings, those good times of friendship
Mm-hmm.
are equating to romance.
Ooh. Okay.
it we don't know how to do it anymore. We're misguided by what love is. We see it on TV, we see it in movies all the time, and we fantasize about what love and romance has to be. It
Mm-hmm.
doesn't have to be the textbook or video novel, everything like that, where it's like over the top romantic, head over heels, be in love with your best friend. That saying right there is the worst saying that has ever been like written.
Uh-oh.
Because if you think about it, you're looking at best friend, and you push towards that. You start pushing towards that, and then it's like, well, they're my best friend now, so we must be in love.
I see. So it's like you reverse it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You start manipulating it in your mind. You start building this up over and over, and you're just like, we're in love. And then when it doesn't go your way, it's like, well, I got friend zoned. No, you were always a friend first.
Y'all hear that? Did you feel that too? That little sting in your heart? Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
A
Sorry.
lot of
Go
people,
on.
uh, uh, just a lot of people are very confused by the fact that there is no friend zone. It's where you've always been. I'm sorry. That's where you start.
Mm-hmm.
You can have friends that are girls. You can have friends that are guys. Doesn't matter, who you choose to be around. It's when you start pursuing that, you have to understand that you were a friend first. So you have to overcome that.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, did you have anything else you wanted to say before the timer went off? But I wanted to ask a question or two.
Go for it.
Okay, so check this out. So when it comes to like finding a partner that you would marry, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like I'm gonna take the saying like you should marry your best friend how do you approach that then? Like, how do you approach actually, I guess, finding a partner that you would want to spend the rest of your life with?
So that's a big question. Like,
Mm-hmm.
we I want to say our generation, we grew up knowing, like, our parents are like, be with someone that you get along with, or be with someone that's this. We came up with the sayings of opposites attract. We came up with the sayings of find someone that you're best friends with. So we never
Mm.
knew what to really pursue. We started watching movies. Rom-coms came out. They're showing the ideal relationship. You're watching movie stars, everything like that. So you never really know
Mm-hmm.
what is the right direction on how to approach it. I think the biggest thing is finding someone that you feel comfortable with, someone that no matter what, you can go talk to them. It can be a friend. I'm not saying it doesn't have to be a friend, but you have to have a mutual understanding of, hey, I see you more than a friend. And you have to establish that, because you can say that without breaking a friendship.
Yeah, man. The truth is, like, this is why, like, I try to, like, let people know from the get-go. Like, people be like, oh my gosh, aren't you being fast? But it's just like, no, look. Like, I'm making my intentions crystal freaking clear from the get. Cause, like, I'm not here, like, just being all buddy-buddy with you. Like, I'm here like, yo, so, like, what's really good? You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna
Yeah.
make that clear. Like, I'm not gonna make it seem like I just want to be your freaking buddy. Like, what the hell? You know what I'm saying?
And I think age is a factor in this too, right? So
Yeah.
you have to think about, you start getting up there in age, and then you're starting to push that more. You're starting to be like, you know what? Hold up. Let me lay this out. I've got a 5-year plan right here for you. Like, you start listing out your goals, because
I'm
that's
trying to
what they're
build an
interested in.
empire right now.
That's what they're interested in, though, right? They're interested in your goals because they're looking for something that they see in you. Like you were saying, they were something that they value, something that they can respect about you. That is what they're going for. That's how you get the relationship. That's not, it's not, okay, let me play the long game. We're going to start here. We're going to talk. We're gonna watch anime together. I'm gonna curl her hair. I'm going to watch her dog.
I'm gonna
No.
listen to her problems.
Like, what are you doing? There's a funny ass video about the friend zone where it's in French. It's in French, and the teacher's like, "Well,
Oh,
what have you?"
I saw that one.
You know exactly
where
what
it's
I'm
in a
talking. And
classroom.
that shit is so funny because
It's
the
true.
professor's just like grilling this guy. He's like,
Yep.
"Don't answer it."
He's like, don't answer. He's like, but he's like, don't do it. It was so crazy. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. We should link that too. Shit.
Nini asked a question for us.
Oh, sorry.
So do we do we not love the person then just because we hang out with them often over time? Okay. I'll answer first, and I definitely want to hear about this from you.
All right.
I want to say that you can love a person in different ways. Love is that's a topic in and of itself. And the notion of love is so misconstrued right now. And I'm sorry for everybody that has to grow up in the day and age where we're never gonna know what the definition of love is.
What's love? Oh,
Because it's really hard to stick to what it is and what it looks like.
yeah.
But I would say if you have a friend and you love them very much, but you don't love them in the way where you can see a relationship, a life with them as a life partner, then it's a different type of love. It's a friend love. You can love a friend, you can love a family member, you can love a pet, you can love a neighbor, you can love you can love a movie star. You can love what they do, you can love how someone interacts with another person. But there's a special type of love that is ingrained in a relationship. It's a love that is a bond. When a love becomes a bond with another person, a deep connected bond, then that's when you can say that it's beyond that friend.
You hit that one right on the head. I'm trying to think about what I can add to it. I'll just give you some insight. He gave you the info, I'll give you the insight. So this is as it specifically pertains to me. From the get-go, I make sure that my intentions are clear. right? And this basic, like, this is something I want all of you guys to try out. If you feel like you have this problem, just try this the next time, all right, and tell me how it goes. Make sure that, one, if there's somebody that you're interested in, you don't just try to be buddy with them for the sake of being friends with them like that, all right? Because they're going to take your intention and roll with it, okay? So this is what I do personally. I build up rapport and I build up respect, and then you got to get the trust. It's like the TRT, trust, rapport, and respect, okay? And this goes for sales, this goes for life, this goes for relationships, this goes for anything, okay? Build that up, and then make sure that your intentions are crystal clear. So if you do want to ask this person out on a date, maybe like a week from now or something, don't sit there for the whole week just asking, hey, how you doing? Oh yeah, I'm just chilling with my friends, you know. How was your day? You know what I'm saying? Like, cut that shit out. Cut that shit out. Cut that shit out, because it's not gonna work like that. Because you know who talks to her like that? Her friends.
Her mom and dad.
Her mom and dad. You know what I'm saying?
Like, her sister, her cousins. Like, you got a whole lot. You got a line of people in front of you that are blood related.
Yes.
Like, why you trying to be in that line?
Yes.
You need to cut the line.
I'll give you a real world example, fam. This actually happened to me today, bro. This happened to me today. I'm gonna put myself on blast. Are you ready for this?
Here we go. Let's see.
All right. So check this out. There's this really cute girl that works at the 24-hour fitness that I go to during lunch, right? Okay. I found her on Instagram, and I was like, yo, that's her. So I followed her. She followed me back, and I was like, oh shit, this is getting serious. You know what I mean? So I hit her up. I was just like, I forgot what I said first. I was just like, yo, I be seeing you at 24, da-da-da. And then she was like, yeah, oh my God, like next time say hi, blah, blah. So like I talked to her in real life, and then we talked for like a little bit, and I was like, all right, and I had to dip. And so, dog, listen, this is how quick you need to do that shit. This is how quick you need to do it. Today, literally the day after I talked to her, like in person, in passing at 24, I was like, hey, what you doing? What are you doing on Saturday or Sunday? Guess what she said?
Hanging out with another guy.
She said nothing. She left me on a red. But it's okay. You know why? Because I made my intention clear, bro. I literally was not sitting there beating around the bush. You know what I mean?
But you made it very clear where you stood and what you were going for, and that, I mean, you got left on red, but at the same time, you're not sitting here wasting, you're not sitting here wasting your time and trying to figure out.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I know what it is now.
Yeah.
like now I can move
go to
on.
the gym and you like, let me go work out. I don't need to do a passing real quick.
But here's the kicker though.
Mm-hmm.
I know that next time I go into the gym and I pretend like it's not a big deal, she's gonna, like, in the back of her head, she's gonna be like, huh, he's not making this a big deal. Why is he not, like, why didn't he like mention anything about it? He just said, yo, what's up? And then he just kept it moving. You know what I'm saying? But here's the thing. Being in a relationship, girls, boys, whatever has your attention right now, that's not the end game. If you make your goals more important, if you got shit to do, like for real, people will see that.
Yeah.
And people are drawn to that. That's why I said you have to increase your value. I know my happiness is not dependent on whether or not a girl says yes to going on a date with me. You know what I mean? Yeah. But for some people it is.
Yeah, and
they know that.
And that's why this question, like, I see a lot of you are like, slide into the DMs and stuff like that. This day and age, like that lingo and stuff, you think it's cool, but like at the same time, it really isn't. Like you're not like really sliding into someone's DMs or like, no, like,
hey, what's up, baby?
You can hang out with your friends, say things like that, but that's not gonna work. Yeah. They're gonna fucking screenshot that and put you on blast all over the internet. Bro, you're gonna be viral in about 24 hours.
Bro, listen, I'm gonna keep it real. This is how I guess like unattached I get to these kind of things. If I am interested in somebody and they don't show interest back, this may seem petty, but if they leave me on red, I'll unfollow them, bro. And I just keep it pushing, because the only reason I followed and the only reason I'm like trying to talk is because I'm trying to talk. You know what I mean? So if I just try to keep up the facade, yeah, it's not gonna go anywhere. So like, why would I do that? You know what I'm saying? Like, why would I do that?
You gotta be real. Like, this is the
why
thing.
would I do that?
The one thing that will keep you out of the quote unquote friend zone is being yourself, 100%. Like, I can guarantee if you DM someone or you want to slide into someone's DMs and you actually just be yourself and have a fucking conversation,
yeah,
guess what? You will have results out of that.
Man, that's the freaking truth, bro. I love it. I'm sorry. I know we went hella over time, but
no, I think people like this.
I know. I'm fucking with it right now.
I really think they like this. Yo, you guys, me and Ali might be in the same state soon. So,
yo, listen, it's about to be some.
It's gonna be a litty episode. we probably can't put that one on YouTube. That's the redacted version.
I got the 2 mic setup too. Like, the other mic is chilling.
Right, you acting like I'm not gonna be bringing my mic. So what are you talking about?
Okay, let me stop. That was ugly. Yo, I'm sorry.
All right.
That's gonna be dope as fuck. But do you have any parting words for the people here? Any parting words of wisdom?
I want to say, because I know there are younger people up in here. Like, I know that, like, right now, probably, especially high school, early college, it does seem a little hard. But at the same, boy, if you don't stop,
I hit my mic. I'm sorry.
Oh my god. But I want to say at the same time, like, the best thing that you can do is really just find out who you are, because if you can't have value in even your own self and your self-worth, no one's gonna be able to take that and really respect you. And that's what it's really about, is like, don't go just randomly diving into DMs and hoping that something sticks. Come with respect, because that's gonna get you past whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm. And most importantly, do your own shit. Just be on your shit, dude. Like, I'm telling you, there's nothing more attractive to somebody than somebody that's just doing their thing and doing it well.
Yeah.
Do your thing, guys. Like, for real. The rest will handle itself. All right, cool.
We gotta start dragging people in here. I was really stalling because I was like, y'all really not coming up in here for this.
Hey, look, this is the thing, man.
I was literally me and you were about to just have a chat.
I was prepared for it, honestly. Like, but then I saw people come in, I was like, oh shit, all right. So we doing this.
If at the end you guys want to just ask me and Ali questions, like, just rapid fire, me and him could go boom, 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 boom.
That'd be dope.
But we'll let you guys go ahead and get in here.
All right, clean.
All right, let me mute out.
All right, catch you.
We're gonna bring Apollo in.
Apollo's up next. Hello, Apollo Cosmic. Welcome to the show. Ali, episode 14. Is the friend zone real? What you got for me today, buddy?
Hi.
Hi, how you doing? Are you ready for this? Hello?
I'm here. Wait, can you not hear me? Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm feeling it, Mr. Krabs.
All right. I start your timer now. What you got for me?
Let's read what I put in the question section earlier. So I was like, basically I think it's just like, people have this, everyone has standards, basically. So people have these desired qualities that they want in people, and if they don't see them in certain people, then you basically get put in the friend zone. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, it's like you don't necessarily know if the person that you're like friends with has like these qualities unless you get to like really know them. And sometimes it's like people are afraid to, break that boundary of being like, friends. Like for me, honestly, it's like if somebody doesn't like me, I don't really like, I care, but at the same time, it's like it's more important to me to keep up that bond. You know what I mean? You don't
Okay.
like me, I still want you to be a friend because I like having like friends and people to just interact with. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. So wait, sorry. Go
So
ahead. Keep going.
yeah,
I was just gonna ask a question, but I can wait.
because it's like this one's a bit harder, so it's hard for me to like just come up with things off the top. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. What about your personal experience? What can you say from your personal experience?
Want me to go in?
Hmm?
This is like the story, bro. I swear to God, this is everything I freaking talk about every time. So
Okay.
and it was just my 12th grade year. My
Uh-oh.
12th grade year. Yeah. So there was this. Yeah, this 12th grade year. It's gonna be a little long. This 12th grade
Go
year.
ahead.
There's this girl that I like. I'm just trying to like see if I can make something happen because it's like every other year I'm just like the shy guy. I'm just like quiet,
Mm-hmm.
introverted. I ain't gonna do nothing. Um, and then I tried. She was in my English class. I, you know, thought I was doing like all the correct things, and then, you know, I even mentioned it. I think on last stream where it was like one day I just made the decision because um I had heard like rumors and stuff that she was gonna get back with her ex.
Oof.
Yeah, yeah, it didn't turn out to be true though, but at the same time it's like
You got
the
scared.
day I, like I wanted to like put my feelings out there and just see what happens because like you never know unless you try. So
Mm-hmm.
I did that, and then it was good for a while because I think it was like winter break, so I was just kind of like in ecstasy at the time. Then when we came back, they just started kind of going downhill. Like it went from her telling me that she didn't like me to like a whole other slew of things where it was just like I was just having like around her all in all, and then it was just really weird. It just got
Mm-hmm.
like it was just awkward until like I showed up to prom with like this girl from my church, and I just stunned on everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. What? How did she react to that?
I don't know. It was just like it was. I could never read. I could never read her. That was the thing. It was just like she always be like one way. Like she'll be moody at one point, happy at another point, back to
Mm.
another mood, and I don't give a fuck the next day. Like it be like that. I don't know why.
Mm. Okay.
I mean, she was like, I don't know. She was like fine with like my prom date. Like she even said hi to me when she saw me too. It was really odd. It was like she didn't like me. At the same time, we weren't super close either. But there would be moments where it was just like, she would like acknowledge me and cheer me on. And this was even before I asked her out too. So this was actually like really weird.
Mm-hmm. So, hmm. It sound like is this something still that is still something that you deal with actively, or could you say that this was one of the last times that you dealt with this type of thing?
First and most recent time because it was just break before summer.
Like this summer?
Like this was, I'm 19, so this was my 12th grade year was like this year.
Mm. Oh boy. All right.
Yeah.
So damn, man, you make me feel old, dude.
I'm
Because
sorry.
no, it's fine. Cause like I'm sitting here like, dude, like I remember how I was in high school, man, and I remember like having like crushes all the fucking time, and like wondering if I'm doing the right thing, trying to read them and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like doing exactly what you're talking
Watching
about.
videos.
Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah, bro. Like legit, bro. Cause it's, bro. That's part of growing up, right? It's like you gotta literally learn how to attract the opposite sex. Like you gotta. That's something that you gotta figure out. You know what I mean? And a lot of
Yeah.
people don't figure that out, or at least don't figure it out effectively. So
Too, when you don't like when you don't have a father figure in your life.
when you don't got your dad chilling, like telling you, hey yo son, look man, this is what the ladies like. You know what I mean? When that's not there, then it's
Yeah.
hard. It's hard, right?
It's really hard.
So okay, I I feel like the only real value or advice that I could give you is this, man. Is to, first of all, what's your destiny? What is your goal? What do you want out of your life?
Trying to figure that out. After like high school, I just like felt it was high school, like 12th grade year, because of like the my experience. Just because I tried to get in a relationship,
Mm-hmm.
everything felt so like bland. I didn't know what I wanted to do. Like I felt like lost.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you this.
Yeah.
High key, I feel like people, I want to say girls, but I feel like people in general can pick up on that when you don't have a destination in your life. And this is kind of this saved my ass. This way of thinking saved my ass in high school, because I started thinking about it fairly young, and I knew that most people weren't thinking like this, and I used it to my advantage. I thought, okay, how dare I invite someone to come into my life when I don't even know what mine is going to be like yet, or when I don't even know where I want to take mine. It's like asking somebody to go on a ship with you, literally a relationship with you, and not have any destination. You know what I'm saying? If you asked out this girl and she has no idea what you're about, to her there's nothing really to see. You know what I mean?
He's whack.
His clothes whack, his hair whack, like, you know what I mean? Like, so this is my nugget of advice for you if you want to take it.
Sauce, yeah.
When people say, do you focus on building yourself, like, I don't want to give you some cookie cutter shit like that. I'm gonna tell you something specific. Find out the shit that you're really good at, find out the shit that you're passionate about, and obsess over it. Literally become absorbed in the shit that makes you a complete being. And I guarantee when people see that passion that you have for what you do, they'll find you already exciting from the get-go. Because it's a huge step up from just coming up to a girl like, hey, want to go out? You know what I'm saying? But if they see you out there doing shit that you love to do, they're gonna think, huh, they're having a lot of fun. I want some of that.
That made so much sense to me.
You know what I mean? It's like watching somebody in a theme park having the time of their life, and you're chilling on the outside and you feel like you're missing out. So do something dope. Do dope shit.
What you just said to me just made like a lot of things click. Because like when I mentioned like she would cheer for me, it was like when I was doing those things. So
yes,
I started like I was just even though I didn't know what I want to do with my life, I was still being physically active. Like I was trying. I didn't make the basketball team, but they still had practices and I still showed up for them. And when I was like doing something, like for example, they would have drills. Normally I opt out of like some of the drills because I had a heart condition, or I just was nervous about doing it and messing it up in front of people. I tried it. I granted, even though, and I don't know if I should feel bad, but like I'm 6 feet and I couldn't get past this one guy. But
bro, you should be
I'm
killing
heavier.
It right now. You're 6 feet. You fucking kidding me? What I would give to be your height on Tinder? Like you would kill this shit on Tinder right now, bro. Oh, I'm upset. Sorry, go ahead.
6 feet, but I'm overweight too, so that played a factor. But at the same time, like, even though I didn't like, get past the guy and like beat him in the drill, she was still cheering for me, and I was just like, it made me feel so good. Like I did not give a fuck that like I didn't get past him. Like I was just like, what is this? What is this power? And then the second time it happened was it was like later, which was this was like after like her prom had started and stuff like that. It was track, so she was also on the track team. I was on the track team too, but I was struggling with my grades, so I never played. So anyways, it was practice and we just decided to do the 500. Now normally I did shot put, I didn't run, so I just wanted to do it for fun, since like two other people, well three, I was friends with everyone on the track team, so every like five guys were like five guys were like doing like the run, and so I just decided to like join them to be like the fifth person. So we did the 500. I surprised myself because I didn't come in last. Granted, one of my friends had asthma, so he had to stop, but I didn't come in last. I came in like third. And while I was running, I heard her just cheer my name, and I was like, "Bro, I thought you hated me, bro. What's going on? This made no sense." And I
You
was
know
like,
why?
"Well, yeah."
Because you gave her something to respect. Silence. You know what I mean? Yo, hold on a second, dog. Hold on a second, dog. Hold on a second, dog. I'm sorry. I gotta hit the explosion on that. I'm literally stroking my own balls now because, man, it's the truth, bro. It's the truth. I'm gonna leave you with this, bro. I'm gonna leave you with this. I'm gonna tell you a story. So, I don't know if many of you guys know this, but I used to be pretty skinny, right? And I was short, I was skinny, I was really nerdy, and I was kind of like the class clown guy, and I didn't really have anything particularly impressive physically about myself per se, right? So the only thing I had going for me was my sense of humor and shit that I was passionate about, like talent and stuff, right? That was the only thing. Now, I leave Michigan, I go to college, and this is where I really started to bring all my passions into fruition. I started doing a lot more music. I started traveling I traveled to Cali for the first time for a freaking like rap event, you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
I made this stuff public. I let people see it. Now, here's what happened. When I went back to Michigan, like a year or so later, I encounter like this. Basically, I saw this girl that I had tried to talk to back in high school at a party. I never partied either, but I went to this one because it was a special occasion. I went. This is how she reacted to me. Oh my God, Ali! Ah! And like all her friends started like coming over, and they were just happy to see me, and I was confused. I was like, what the hell? Like, you were never this hyped to see me before. You know what I'm saying? And so check this out. She was drunk, and she told me the truth. She said, basically, this is what happened. She got really drunk, and she was like, oh my God, Ali, like, I see you, like, you're posting like pictures of you doing rap, like you're doing good now, you got your body on point. She was like, in high school you wasn't shit, but now I was like, what? But it's the truth. It was the day that I realized, okay, this is the day I realized there was nothing necessarily wrong with me. I just had to increase my perceived value. That's it. So yeah, man, for real. Do you?
I'm gonna say this though.
And always do you.
I'm gonna say this though.
What's up? What are your parting words for chat? Your words of wisdom.
When she said that you weren't the shit just because you were skinny and nerdy, that don't mean you weren't the shit. You were still the shit. She just didn't see it.
Bro, better words have never been spoken. I love you, man.
Love you too, bro.
Hopefully, I brought you something that you could take with you, because, bro, I'm telling you, man, you're young, man. I'm young. We're young. We got a while to go. You're good. You're good. You can probably pull.
Know what I'm saying?
You could probably pull it off too. Like, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if you called back into the show like, bro, so we hooked up last night. Let me stop. Let me stop. So yeah, man, just do you for real, bro. All right.
I could speak more, right? Like I can just like join back in the waiting room.
I don't know. It depends, because I feel like I don't. Okay, this is the only reason I say I don't know. I have a feeling that me and Otia are gonna do a
Yeah, we're
Q&A.
gonna do a 30-minute QA.
Yep, that's what I thought. So
What? But I might hang around in the common room tonight for just a little bit if you guys have more questions.
all right, bet.
Okay.
So we'll see you there then. All right, you good?
For now.
Perfect. I'll catch you later, man. All right, so we need 8 more subs coming in here. I actually believe I know who this is. Yep, it's Liquid Nine Tails. What is good?
Hi.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Man, I'm chilling, you know what I'm saying? Just ate my banana. I haven't drank my water. Hold on, let me take a sip. There we go. And now we're ready. Are you ready?
Sure.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go. What do you got for me?
Okay. So, does the friend zone exist? I feel like that's a yes and no question. Like, yes,
Mm-hmm.
it exists because people can only see you as a friend because there's different types of love, like agape love, or philia, which is like friendship love, and then eros, which is like erotic love. You can love people in different ways, and you
Mm-hmm.
may just love someone as a friend.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like the reason the friend zone is such an issue for most people is because people don't know how to discern when someone only sees you as a friend. And that's where you get hurt. You're like, okay, I'll just like try to like get with them, but they can't tell whether or not this person feels the same way. So, and they
Mm-hmm.
like still try. I feel like the biggest way to fix that would just be what you do and just make your intentions clear. Be like, okay, I like you. Do you like me like that? No? Okay, let's go back to being friends. I feel like it'd be much more simple. Because right now
Mm-hmm.
I'm in college and I see people get played to the fullest because they don't know how to do that. Like,
Yeah.
he liked that. I know someone who liked this one girl and she knew that, and they like, it's a common thing among girls like my age that if this guy likes you and like he like likes you and you don't like him, just use him to get you free food and free stuff.
Oh
Just
yeah. Oh
use him.
yeah.
That's
Pimp it
very
out. I
common.
know. I know.
Like it happens
Because I
all the
was one of
time.
them.
And it's so sad. Like it's so
Mm-hmm.
sad to see because they'll give you like a kiss on the lips and like, but you could tell it's just like a peck. They'll do all this just to get free stuff out of you. It's like, if I can get a free meal, get that free meal. If I can get this, get that. And so I feel like people just need to flat out say, do you want to be with me? No? Okay. Because people are getting played, your money's getting used, and then
Mm-hmm.
next thing you know, she's with one of your friends, and then you're real sad, you're hurt, and then
Ooh.
it's because you didn't ask because you were so scared to ask, and then you got played. Just build up the courage to ask. It'll be
Ooh.
okay. The worst she can say is no.
Is there a
Please
story,
stop
like a
getting
personal
played.
story for this?
Oh, not me.
Oh,
I
I'm
have
sorry.
friends. Oh, heck no, I don't do that. Or
Oh
what happened to me.
shit.
But I have a best friend where it was happening to, and I was trying to tell him, but he
Mm-hmm.
really wouldn't listen to me. So it was just like, it's sad to see because afterwards they'd be so depressed and like, dang, you're bringing the group down when we told you beforehand not to do this. So, and then also what you said at the beginning about value, I think another big problem is just because they don't see value in you does not mean you're not valuable. Doesn't mean you have to change. It doesn't mean you're ugly or you're stupid, because I saw people saying that in the chat, or you're broke. It just means they don't see value in you in that way.
Yeah.
And
It's
someone else
perceived.
will. It's
It's
just
perceived
someone else
value.
probably will. You don't have to change anything, and someone else will probably like you. You're just, that person just doesn't. There's like a bunch of people. Stop chasing after this like person who really doesn't want you.
Literally a billion. No, there's literally 7 billion people on this planet. I think you'll be okay with not
You
having
really,
this one right here.
you
You know
really
what I'm
will.
saying?
Yeah, there's someone else who like you. And if you find your passion and like you said, really go into that and like let that be you, you'll find somebody who probably has the same passion. And then boom,
Mhm.
it's like they're more prone to like you just because you guys will probably like the same things. Like if you're a nerd who likes anime, you could find another girl who's a nerd who likes anime instead of going for that girl who thinks people who play games and watch anime is like childish.
Yeah.
I feel like it's just picking. You got to be better at picking also. Like stop going for people who just don't, who wouldn't like you like that.
I'm
They're more interested
sorry.
in different types of people. Oh, you want to
No.
say something?
Yes. Yes, so
Go
bad.
ahead.
So, ooh, this is something I forgot to touch on, man. That's super important. Like, because it's like this, right? You'll have Fred over here, the basement dweller, that doesn't have a job, lives with his mom, doesn't do anything except play video games, and then he'll be looking at Natasha on Instagram, booty warrior, goes to the gym every day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And be like, why doesn't she want to be with me? Well, dog, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's the law of attraction at its finest. Become, if okay, let me I'll put it to you this way. If you want to attract a certain type of person, you have to become that person. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You
Yeah.
have to become that which you want to be attracted to you. So if you want a girl that's on Instagram and like the fit chick, you know what I'm saying? you gotta
Be
go to the
fit.
gym.
They're in the gym.
You know what I mean? Like, that's where they go. That's where it is. If you want a freaking, like, let's take a guy, right? Like a freaking swimsuit model dude, Calvin Klein ass guy. What would you have? What would be required of you in order to attract the attention of someone like that?
Exactly. That's also another issue I see a lot. And then like they'll get on the girls, be like, man, she's this, that, she's snobby, she snuck up. It's like, no, you just don't have anything going for you. Like that she does. You just and they don't want to admit that at all. They'll be like, no, I'm doing this, like, but no, you're not on the level that she is. So she wants someone on her level. And it's not like speaking bad on you. You just gotta do the same work she did.
You gotta do more. Because it's like I heard it put like, people are attracted to people that they find either equal or greater than themselves.
Yep.
Something like that. But like, dog, at least be equals. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to interests, when it comes to habits especially, like at the very least have something that you could talk about for at least an hour. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's the saddest thing. Like, you don't have anything going for you, or like you're not like the girls who are finished school, got all these jobs, and you're just like, yeah, I still live with my mom.
What do you have to offer?
But I want her.
Yes.
Why she don't want me?
What
and
do
then
you
when
got
she
to bring
tells
to
you
the
that,
table?
She's the mean one. It's sad.
Oh Lord.
It could be the same thing in school too. Like if you're still in high school, it could be the same issue. Like if she's on all these clubs and she's the class president and stuff, and you just go to school every day, it could be the same issue there. It's on like every level.
I'm telling you,
gotta
man.
step up your game. Defeat yourself.
It's actually really interesting because this kind of goes back to like the what is it? The idea of social hierarchies, right? Mm-hmm. They're real, guys. Whether we are okay with that or not, social hierarchies are a thing. All right? And it's in any kind of animal that you find. That's how it is. You know what I'm saying? Yep. And it's okay that it's that way, but as long as you understand that, you can move around
navigate it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Understand that there is a social hierarchy, and in order to navigate that, you have to understand it, period. That's
exactly. Like the reason we even like pick mates is like base level. Do we think like our offspring would be strong with this person, or do we think we would have a stronger relationship and like I would be safe with this person? It goes back to tribal instincts. And if you don't have the things that they think would be good in their offspring or something they want in their life, they probably don't want you. It could be looks, it could be something you have. It's just like if that's what they perceive as valuable for their relationship, they're not gonna like want to be with you.
I'm telling you, man. I'm yo, Liquid, you're awesome.
Yeah, pretty privilege is a thing too.
It is. It's definitely a thing. If you're attractive, Instagram is gonna be your bitch. Let's just be real. You know what I mean?
If you're attractive, I feel like you don't really have to have your stuff together as much as people who are like,
at least visually.
I don't want to say ugly, but like less attractive, you know?
Here's the thing. If you're attractive visually, you can work in Instagram, but you cannot do a podcast. Because you don't know shit. You know what I mean? But
exactly.
Like, the thing is, no matter what your disadvantages, quote unquote disadvantages, there's something that can counteract that. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I would never listen to Summer Rae's podcast. But I would listen to
Summer Rae? Who's that?
She's a model on Instagram. Just type in Summer Rae, SOMMER Rae, and you'll know. She's like popular. She's like one of the most popular Instagram girls.
Oh, she's pretty.
She is, absolutely. But I don't have any interest in hearing her talk about something, to be honest. You know what I mean? Because
she doesn't give that vibe that
but also in her posts, there's nothing of value to be had aside. Like, this is the truth, okay? Pretty privilege, sure, that's a thing, but give it like 30 or 40 years, there's no more pretty privilege to be had. If you're not actually providing real value to the world and your looks is all that you're banking off of, that's a very short game you're playing.
Not even 30, 40, that's giving them credit. It's like 10 or
with surgery.
Yeah, like not
you know
even.
what I'm saying? So
and that brings me back to that question I got asked in school one day, and I like it was hard to answer. It's like if you had to like rate these things, it was like intelligence, personality, sense of humor, and looks. A lot of people would put looks like more towards the bottom if you have something that actually brings towards the table. Like if you're average but you have a lot going for you, it doesn't matter.
I'm
People
telling
will
you.
learn to love all of you if they like your personality. They'll learn to love your looks, and they'll
Yeah.
think you're like a 10 if they love you. Like that's not
Dude,
the most important thing.
there's so many examples of that, man. So many examples. Let's take, Boogie? Do you know who Boogie is? He's a
Boogie?
YouTuber. He's a YouTuber.
No.
But basically,
Oh wait, yes.
Yes. So, dog, like, that's the perfect example of somebody who was able to make their personality shine. He's a celebrity. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
He's famous as fuck. And he didn't have to be pretty to do it.
Nope.
So whatever people's excuses are, there's no more when it comes to the internet. Either you bring value or you don't at the end of the day. The internet, the market will tell you. It doesn't care if you're gay, it doesn't care if you're ugly, it doesn't care if you're cute, but if you're not bringing anything valuable, you'll know. You'll know. You know what I mean? So that's why I put such an emphasis on doing something that actually matters. Because look, guys, I can work out for the rest of my life. It's not going to change my face. And most likely, I'm going to get wrinkly. You know what I'm saying? like
Eventually,
like
when you're like 100, because black don't crack.
Yeah, black don't crack. Hashtag black don't crack. But you know what I mean, right? Like,
Yeah.
do something that matters. And you
Yep,
will
that's the
know.
ultimate goal.
That's it, man.
I don't even see like if you're not doing that something that matters. What are you really doing? You just like I don't know,
You chilling.
wasting your time. To be honest.
You chilling, dog. You can be a millionaire if you have a great ass and post pics on Instagram, but you can also be a millionaire if you know how to talk to people. You can also be a millionaire if you know how to do one thing really, really well.
But there's like quick wealth that doesn't last, and then there's like long time wealth, like
I'm
old
talking
money
about
and compared to new
long-term
money.
wealth, man.
So if you're that Instagram model that became a millionaire off looks, that million's gonna be gone real soon. Next to like someone like Elon Musk who did it based off doing
Bro,
something that
don't even
matters.
get me started on Elon Musk.
God.
That's my dude right there, man.
That's my goal. Like he's my
Bro.
inspiration because I'm a STEM major, so I love him.
And do you know why he's so wealthy, though? Like, do we know why Elon Musk is one of the wealthiest motherfuckers out there? It's not because no, he may be a dick, but let's put that aside real quick. It doesn't matter if he's a dick. And I'll tell you why. The reason why he's wealthy is because he's doing things that are actually valuable to a lot of people. The man created PayPal. He created this one other company that I forgot about. He's made Tesla, SpaceX. He's trying to do freaking underground tunnel systems that make LA traffic go by faster. Dude, he's actually enacting actual change onto the world. Putting all that shit aside, bringing value and doing things that make other people's lives better is going to make you fucking rich. And you don't have to be a genius to do it. Shout out to Forrest Gump. My name is Forrest Gump. Everybody's a genius in their own right. You're all a prodigy, man. I keep telling you this. Everybody's a prodigy. You all have your own superpowers. Like, fucking unlock them and go be rich. God damn it. Sorry.
And you don't have to do it the way he did it by inventing something. There's a lot of ways you could do it. Whichever you're passionate about, you can become rich off of it. And I know that's a big thing when people go through, like, oh, I have to like invent something or make my own company. You really don't.
You don't. But sorry, I know we went hella over time.
Yeah, we did. My bad.
But look, we got into it. I'm sorry. I always do this, but Liquid Nine Tails, do you have any parting words for the people of chat today?
No, I don't think so.
All right. Well, thank you for calling in.
Wait, no, I lied. We need 8 more subs. Sub to Ali right now.
Oh, shit, stop.
Sub so we can get that 24-hour stream. YouTube, come over to Twitch and sub. 8 more subs, 24-hour stream. Thanks.
Okay, Liquid, thank you. Trying to kill me. Oh, thank you for calling. I appreciate you. We'll probably hop into the freaking what is it?
Common room.
There it is. Cause yeah, I want to do that with you guys. As long as you
All
don't
right.
roast me.
See you in the common room.
All right.
I don't roast you.
You don't.
But
you just
I will.
listen.
Oh.
Oh my god. All right, I'll catch you.
Okay, bye.
All right. It looks like we're at the Q&A section of the show, OT. Are you ready
Yes.
for this?
I'm ready. So,
All
yeah, go ahead and introduce it. Let's go.
So, for those of you that don't know, I want to just give you an actual formal introduction to my man Otia here. This man's a professional coach for video games. If you want to learn how to play any type of game, he got you. He can teach you the strats for only $100 per second, and you will become pro, the next ninja, honestly. Like, he trained a ninja. He trained the dude that trained a ninja. So, yeah, man. Otia, the professional gamer and sound designer. I just wanted to let you guys know that before we get started. And with that being said, are there any questions that you guys have for us today? I just wanted to give you guys the opportunity.
Have a different intro every time.
You trained the man that trained Ninja, bro.
Can I make you better? I can, indeed. I was master in League of Legends. Fun fact, I've actually also worked for Riot. I know it's a touchy subject right now with a lot of people in Riot Games, so I'm not affiliated right now. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Let's just throw that out there.
You
Awkward.
No, I feel you. Wait a minute. What was that one question that Nini had? Nini said that she had a question that was way left field or something like that.
Oh, yeah. So okay, let's go back. I'll answer Nini's real quick. It was basically, is meeting the parents serious?
Is meeting the parents serious?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to answer that first or me?
Yeah, I answered it in chat. So I basically said that meeting the parents can, it can be very serious. That's something where it's like, your mom and dad always tell you, don't bring no, ratchet hoe home or something, like, they want, if you bring someone home, be someone that you respect and that can respect your parents and stuff like that. So bringing someone home for me was always a big thing. I remember I used to think, oh, let me just bring every girl home. And then the next time they'd be like, oh, where's so-and-so? I'll be like, I don't know. I'm on to the next, And so like I started being a little bit more strategic with it and being like, you know what, let me really get invested in someone. So it for me, it started out not serious, but it became a serious thing.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you guys real quick, do as I say, not as I do when it comes to this. Because I actually used to, like, basically every girl, not every girl, but most of the girls that I had talked to, especially when I lived at home, eventually met my parents, mostly because my parents were very around me all the time. And also there was no other place to go a lot of the time except to my house. So inevitably, almost whoever I would be talking to at the time would meet my parents. And I was like, okay, as soon as I leave the crib, I'm going to prevent this from happening as much as possible. So nowadays, I actually don't even mention who I'm talking to unless it's reached a point where it actually matters to me. And what I mean by it mattering to me, I mean like the relationship, right? So if I'm talking to this person on a daily basis, if we're getting to that point where it's like serious, then I'll mention it. But the only reason I do is because my mom asks like every time, so did you meet anybody? So are you talking to anybody? You know what I mean? Like, she'll ask and I can't just be like, no. I'll be like, yeah, I'm hanging out with a friend. who you hanging out with?
Exactly.
I'm just like, fuck. Like, that's literally how like 90% of the time.
Did you grandbabies out now? I'm like, no. What you mean?
Yo, listen, my granny
I can't
wants
just be
me
like popping out babies, like, right?
Times are different, Mom. It's expensive.
It's expensive.
Every baby's $2 million.
Jesus, but it's so true. It's so true with that. It's like,
man, look,
they do ask. Parents do ask.
They will
but
ask.
like, you gotta know when to tell them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you know Susie really ratchet and she really out there, and you know,
I'm not even gonna say anything.
And you know Susie gonna be you're not ride or die, but you ride and leave for the night. You know, but
who you hanging out with? You know, just chilling. What?
Yeah, so, you gotta know which ones to tell mom and dad about.
Yeah, discernment. That's the word for today.
And definitely don't tell grandparents. Don't do it, because you will break their hearts.
Yo,
I made the mistake once.
Yo.
And I remember they asked me for the rest of the time that they were alive. And I was like, oh my God.
Are you for real?
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Don't even mention it then, y'all.
Don't even mention it. Unless you are having kids with that person, do not mention it.
Damn. Then I'm never saying shit.
I just...
Wait.
Ugh, that one's hard.
You had a story.
Yes, I did. Okay, so this
Tell the
happened
story
today.
real quick. Let's hear
happened
this.
Today. So I'm just chilling at work, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It was a little slower today, and then all of a sudden these two customers come in, and they're like kind of in a rush, and it was funny because I recognized the person, and I was like, holy, I have not seen this person since like middle school, or no, it was elementary school, and I was like, oh my God. And I didn't say anything. I was just like, I wanted to see what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
And they were trying to buy the iPhone X. Okay. And you know, iPhone X, you know, you got to put a nice little fatty deposit down. And I'm telling them, I'm like, yeah, it's going to be about like 400
for the deposit.
For the deposit.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, oh, and she gets on the phone immediately and she calls her boyfriend.
Huh?
And she calls her boyfriend. And she's like, can you come please buy my phone for me, blah blah blah. And I'm just like, oh, she got it like that. And I'm not judging, because like it could be just that relationship where it's like they share money.
Mm-hmm.
This man got up from what he was doing, drove up to the store, got out of the car, came in with cash, and we got to talking. Me and him, we got to talk. It's a black man. And this, and I'm like, I'm sorry, my brother. Are you okay? Are you a slave, or you wink if it's not okay? You know, right?
Get out of the sunken place. Let me stop.
Right, that's exactly what I was like. Damn, what the hell? He pulled out his cash, and he was like, yeah, here you go, and he just smiling, and then she walked away for a second, and he was like, man, yeah, I just paid her rent. I just paid for her new car. And I'm like, in how many days? And he said, just yesterday and today. Oh! And I said, oh, no. So when you talking friend zone, this man was deep. And the funny thing is, the girl's brother that brought her in, he was joking. He's like, man, ain't no pussy that good. Like, you are not lying. You are not lying. Oh no! And I'm like,
that's so bad.
And this man, so he paid, and she's like, thanks, babe, you can go now. And I looked at him, and he left.
Yo, I'm gonna play some Ave Maria for him, man.
This man just left, and I'm just like, bro,
nah,
what you doing?
Nah,
You ain't just gonna let this happen?
Nah.
Yeah,
we gonna pour one out for him, man.
Yeah.
I cannot believe this. I cannot believe this. Okay. Question.
Mm-hmm.
The woman.
Mm-hmm.
Can you describe her for me?
I know
what was she
like.
like?
She had some nice lilac skin. Some heavier upper chest region. little worn down.
Stop! Why?
She was missing one tooth.
What? We went to the trailers and dove for somebody in the trailer park. Like,
I meant Lily, not Lilac. My bad, guy. Oh no!
Oh shit! I snorted.
I said Lilac on accident. I meant Lily.
She was.
Woo.
He was dating Thanos' daughter. Like,
she was Widowmaker.
oh my. No one shall hide from my sight, head ass. I'm sorry. All right.
But it was.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that's why I asked. She wasn't missing a tooth. That was one thing that I didn't say. I really didn't say that I remembered who she was, because I remember when I moved up to Washington, she was literally the only person I talked to and I'm
You
like,
knew her?
Mm-hmm. She was the
Oh.
only person I talked to in elementary school, and I'm like,
Oh,
that
my
could have been me.
God.
That could have been me.
Oh my God. Bro, let's just clap
my
it up
whole
for the
life-
hands of fate, bro.
Right? My life was there, and I was like, oh, hell no.
Bro, you know what? You know what I just realized? I forgot to mention this, but when Liquid Ninetales was talking about using dudes to get money in high school, I was like, yo, legit, in high school, y'all learn how to get sugar daddies.
Yeah.
That's how you learn how to get sugar daddies. Because that's where you develop the skill to literally pimp a dude.
Yeah.
Because of
mean,
how he feels towards you and feel what he feels that he can get out of it. You know what I'm saying?
he asking mom and dad for every cent that he can get. Oh, it's our 1 month anniversary. Oh, it's our 2 month anniversary. So
Oh
you
shit!
remember in high school. Oh,
Come on, come on. Risen, you have ascended. Actually, no. Din Steadfar has ascended. Risen gifted that sub. Thank you for being a kindly person. There's 43 subscribers, only 7 left to go.
did you guys know
The
that
race
you can
continues
subscribe with Amazon Prime for free to your
All right.
favorite Twitch streamer,
Okay.
Ali the Prodigy?
Okay. We're not about to run an ad. Oh man, thank you for that, yo. Seriously. But yeah, man, are there any questions that you guys have? Because we could sit here and talk all day, but I want to make sure that we actually answer the stuff that you guys would like to know. Because the truth is, man, like, this is why, like, okay, real talk, I feel like it'd be so dope to like have consistent like guests lined up for this stuff.
Yeah, we've already had to talk about this, so
yeah, I just wonder like how they do it. Like with Joe Rogan, how does he do that every
consistent
day
guests
and
so
have him
basically-
always there? You know what I mean?
So basically what happens is he lines it up. And so this is something that we can we can do is literally you shoot a giant nest you cast a giant net across a bunch of different people that you think would be good and see how many people respond, and then you just fill the time slots, you know?
Yeah, he does them months in advance. I see.
Yeah.
I
So
see.
and then once that's established, he already knows he's got a year worth of content, right?
I appreciate it.
He already knows
Yeah.
he's got this.
Yeah.
So I definitely think that's something that we can do, because I think a lot of you guys like this. But yeah, like definitely something we can do.
All right. I feel like that's a good idea to just cast a net and whoever responds, just line them up. like dominoes, and then let it go.
Yeah.
Liquid Nine Tails asked, should I be pimping dudes for Chick-fil-A? What do you say to this?
Listen, part of me, the fat part of me says yes, get that Chick-fil-A, but you know, the teaching part of me says, please, let's end the using of people, because you're gonna use someone and it's gonna be the nicest person, and you are gonna feel so bad when they get crushed.
Good answer. Here's mine. Do it. I'm just playing. Look. look. Here's the thing. Honestly, this is tough because, okay, I have a friend who basically made an entire living off of having sugar daddies, right? And
I have a couple of them.
yeah, and the thing is, like, you can do it, but just know that you could only keep it up for so long, and it's one of those money sources that you're gonna have to constantly replenish. So if you do choose to do this, at least be fair about it.
Yeah.
At least be fair and let them know, look, you're paying for my Chick-fil-A or we ain't talking. And some dudes will take you up on that. I just want to make sure you know this. Saying it like that isn't going to make you lose, because there are dudes that will take you up on that. That will be like, cool, I'll pay for your shit and be completely fine with it.
Mm-hmm.
Just because they like to buy pretty girls stuff like that, you know, that's the thing that they like to do. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I guess it comes down to find the right person that's into that kind of thing. Find the one dude on this earth that will buy you unlimited Chick-fil-A with no strings attached. There's gonna be one.
Find me one too, please.
Oh God. Apollo says, "Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
go ahead."
I was gonna read Apollo's. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Do you want me to go first?
Yeah, go for it.
All right. So Apollo says, "So is this why girls go after the fuckboy type of guys? Is what why? Is my question." Do you know why, OT? Do you know what he's talking about, or?
So I guess this is more in line with probably the pimping guys out or something like that, or whatever.
Wait, I think I know what I think I know what he's talking about. So, okay, I'm gonna start this answer, but Apollo, you better let me know like halfway through if I'm completely misinterpreting it. But when you say fuck boy type of guys, I feel like you might be referring to like the alpha male type of person. And I actually watched a video where they were talking about this kind of thing. And to be real with you, the alpha male, or I guess fuck boy kind of person, aren't the same person. A fuck boy can seem like an alpha male, right? But a real alpha male is actually somebody that just has a clear sense of direction and whose happiness doesn't directly depend on the happiness of other people around them. Meaning, a fuckboy, I guess, can often seem like a good choice, like a good alpha male type of person. And that may be why they seem to get a lot of women, but that's only because they have that facade of being somebody that is in control, somebody that has a clear direction with life, someone that is confident, etc., etc. But there's a very big difference. And I hope that I answered that correctly. I feel like that was like a reference towards alpha males and like girls liking quote unquote bad dudes.
Yeah. Or like dickheads or something like that.
Yeah. Because dickheads and alpha males can share some personality traits that seem, you know what I mean? That seem like they actually have stuff that's going for them, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
There's a video that explains it a lot better.
Yeah. I like that answer, so I don't got any input on that. I guess the next one would be Majai was talking about why are we acting like dudes are the only one that get friend zoned, and I
never said that.
No. Like, because it has been geared towards like all men being in the friend zone, but like women get crazy zone. Okay. All right,
This is gonna
here
be
we go.
good.
This is an interesting one.
Okay.
So
What you got?
I will say that it is much like the guy's friend zone. I will say that I don't think a crazy zone exists. I think that it's something that, you know, it's an excuse. It's an easy out excuse. A lot of times guys will have this mentality of, well, she didn't say yes, or well, well, like, I don't really want to be with her because she's XYZ, and the easiest excuse is, oh, because she's crazy.
She's crazy. Yeah.
And no one questions it, right? No one's gonna question it. It's like it's like girls saying, oh, he's too nice. Like who's gonna question that answer? Like, they're not gonna be like, oh, well, do I need to know, like, what kind of crazy is she? Like, no, like, no one's gonna ask. And so it's an easy out, and that's why that is the go-to answer. But I will agree that, like, if there's a friend zone kind of thing, it's equal. I don't want to say it's equal, but it is prevalent on both sides of it. Yeah, it is, like, you can compare and make parallels to both sides. So, you know, I definitely do understand, you know, that side of it. That it does happen. I've had it where it's like, I'll admit I've actually used that excuse, but, you know, from my perspective, yeah, it wasn't to friend zone someone. It was because I don't know. It was an ex, and I was like, well, can we just be friends? And she went off on me. Actually went off on me.
Then she had to get hit with that. Yeah, she's crazy.
Because I didn't want to just be like, well, I got punked out, you know, like, because I tried to be friends. But, like, yeah, no, it's but, like, we all do the excuses. It's we find the easy excuse. We find the easiest excuse and then just use it because it's something that no one's gonna question.
I like that. For me, I had a little thing with somebody for way too long, like way too long. This was the type of relationship that should have ended the first week, but we kept it going for a solid year and a half. It was one of the worst, like, most dysfunctional whatevers it was imaginable. And I told her, yo, you're crazy. I used to say that shit a lot, and I would say it to other people when they'd be like, bro, like, but here's the thing, to be honest, it was a general consensus that she was crazy. It wasn't just me saying it, but, like, for the most part, people kind of agreed because they would see how she would act with me and stuff like that. Like, I'm talking screaming, shouting, acting a fool in front of, like, friends that I have. Like, if, like, I was hanging out with, like, a girl that was a friend, and I even brought her along, and she refused to talk to her the whole time. You know what I mean? She literally got mad and she walked away at some points, and it was just crazy. That was the only word that I could use to describe it. The relationship in general. But I associated that with her. And so for me, she got crazy zoned. And I don't know, like, I don't even know if that was the right call, to be honest, but I had no other reasonable word for it. You know what I'm saying?
It ended it, right?
Yeah.
It was like no one else asked questions about it. It was over. Like, and I think a lot of the time, you know, this goes into, how do we deal with things? You know, how do we cope? Do we just cut it off entirely, or do we? Because we're like, as humans, we're so mad. We're actually just really doing QA on this one. But to just elaborate is, like, a lot of the times we do so much in terms of oh god, what is the word, in terms of the negative of the relationship. We're like, oh, well, it was crazy. How many times are you gonna say, you know, it was a really nice relationship, we had a really good time, but it just really ended bad? and I started noticing things that we weren't meshing with.
Yeah.
You never do that, because people are like, oh, well, tell us more, like maybe we can mend it back together. You don't want it back together, so the immediate thing is, oh, nah, she crazy.
You know what? She was crazy.
Nah, he's weird. Nah, he's an asshole. Nah, he's too nice. Like,
we go with the negative because it's easier.
You go with the negative because people are so used to hearing the negative that they don't even question it.
Yeah.
The minute you start saying something like, oh, well, it was this and this and this and it led up to this, well, how can we get you back together?
When you give the real answer, basically.
Sit on my couch. Welcome to therapy. Like,
oh my God.
Who the hell did you become?
Yeah. Oh snap, Foxy just arrived. A wild Foxy has appeared.
Welcome.
We got Apollo Cosmic, and he said, nice answer. And to basically clarify what I meant when you were talking about the guys with goals and stuff, even though that others can see they don't treat others with respect, they still go after them. You get what I mean? All right. So it's basically, it's the same thing. It's the same principle. You're talking about dickheads versus people that actually have clear direction. And dickheads can seem like they have clear direction. That's kind of what makes them incredible specimens, because you can have somebody that has absolutely no clue what they're going to do with their life, but they're so confident about it that you just feel like they know what they're doing, when that's completely not the case a lot of the time. And that was something that I dealt with a lot in high school. Like, I would basically sort of be surrounded by dudes that would get mad girls, and I'd be like, well, shit, what am I doing wrong? Because I'd look at what they're doing and like try to reverse engineer it, not realizing that the one thing that separated me from them wasn't necessarily looks. It wasn't necessarily anything in particular except my attitude and confidence. So yeah, if I was more confident in high school, dog,
it would be different, right?
It would have been way different. If I was actually confident, it would have been so much different, dude. And Foxy, no, you can't ask about child support.
Really just been here.
How are you gonna sit there and tell me that?
How do I mute? God damn it.
I thought this is a QA session. You're just gonna reject my question? Bet.
Are you done? Or are you finished?
Oh, did you mute?
Like I said Tuesday, I'm done, but I'm never finished.
All right. So I guess we're doing this. All right, but look,
does anyone else have some questions?
Yeah, it's almost 10, so we'll do one more if you guys have one more. I like these, man. This is a good episode. Yeah. Man, look, I just want to let you guys know, you don't have to be trapped in this so-called friend zone, guys. I promise. It doesn't have. It's only as real as you make it.
Yeah.
And I guarantee. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, the minute that you start really putting yourself in I'm in the friend zone, you've already set yourself up for failure. Yep. You've already given yourself an absolute.
Yep.
So like you've already created it. It is your creation. 100%.
It's all in your mind, Neo. Let me stop. All right.
I have a question.
Uh-oh.
So, it's like serious questions.
Is this a real question? All right.
Yeah, so I guess the friend zone is kind of a newish thing to me. So how does one determine when they are in the friend zone? You guys probably already said this, but yeah, I just came in.
How do you know?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. I like it. How do you know when you're in the friend zone? Do you want to go first or me?
You can go.
All right, so this is how I know when I'm in the friend zone, okay? This is my clear indication. 1, when I am showing clear romantic interest / sexual interest in somebody and it is not being reciprocated. 2, when I am, I guess, I don't want to say putting in more effort because, like people care in different ways and stuff, but when I am basically putting myself out there and it's yielding no tangible results, aka I'm talking to somebody and they don't ever want to, they don't seem like, I read it, you know what I'm saying? I gauge it. If they don't seem interested in me, I will take it as them not being interested in me. So to save me the time, of wondering it. And that's honestly it. And third of all, I just ask. I make it clear from the get-go. I don't ask if I'm in the friend zone, but I'm like, hey, yo, so like, what you trying to do tonight? You know what I mean? Like, I don't say it like that, but like, I ask, you know what I'm saying? Like, I make my intention clear, and if it's not received, then it's not received. And that's how I know every time. I save myself the trouble of waiting 3 months trying to sit and get to know them better when I could just know if they're interested or not.
Yeah. I would say for me, knowing if you're in the friend zone, for me, it really boils down to how the communication is. A lot of the times you'll notice different communication patterns that they'll have. You'll notice if they're excited to talk to you, if they're genuinely like enjoying the conversation, things like that. You'll pick up on that. That's something that's natural. You know, it's really hard to ignore chemistry. And then you'll have key things that they either say or do. Like if you ask them, hey, you know, you want to hang out tonight, or do you, if they're like, oh, hold on, let me go check my calendar, or if they're like, you know what, yeah, let me see if I'm actually busy or not. Like when they let you know that they're already interested and they just have to confirm if they can or not, that's a good indication that they probably do want to spend a little bit of time with you. One of the things that I've slowly began to learn is the way to really tell is relationships are really 50-50. Well, I don't want to say 50-50 because that gives you the out to say, well, I came halfway, you need to come halfway. If someone's willing to give and take, that's something that's huge in a relationship, and that's something that's huge in forming a significant bond. When you're able to give a little bit more to help that person, or if they're able to give a little bit more to help you, when you can't give that 50%, when you can't give that extra little bit because you have things going on in your life, if they're that support anchor that is like, if you can't give me 50, I can help you. What can I do? And then it's the same way back.
I like it. I'm sorry, that was good. And also, if you really like the person, my Jai asks, if you really like the person, can you really let it go so easily? I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't give myself the opportunity to really like that person until I know. I could only be attracted to them, but I don't give myself the opportunity to catch feelings for them until I know. Stop. I literally, cause you gotta remember, man, like what you think you're attracted to when you're initially attracted to somebody is their looks, you know what I'm saying, or maybe just their attitude or how they carry themselves. But when you get to know somebody, when you really start getting to know somebody and talking to them, you get attached, etc., etc. Me, I cut out that second part and find out if they're interested first. I don't put the cart before the horse. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna like sit here and get emotionally invested in a one-sided thing here. But that's just me.
Yeah, absolutely. And you'll start noticing, like, if you can't do your day-to-day life and it requires more attention, like if you can't complete the things that you want to do and you have to fully focus on that person, you need to reassess what you're doing, because you need to realize that it's not a relationship.
Yeah. And also, real talk, man, this kind of goes back to like the whole do your thing, but when you shoot your shot, so to speak, and you get rejected, it'll sting for a little bit, but then you're like me, for example, today when I shot my shot and got left on red, I was like, damn. Good. Shut up. I was like, damn. And I was like, all right, well, time to stream. You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine if I was so invested in it that I was like, guys, look, man, like,
yeah, you can't stream,
let it, dog. Like, you know what I mean?
You can't let
like,
it run your life. And
It's like a spanking. It happens for a second, it stings, then you move on.
Yeah.
yeah, and that's one of the big things that I've definitely, I definitely have struggled with in my life, and I can tell you it's not easy. It's not easy to overcome, especially if you have if you give a lot and you do a lot of things for other people, because
Yep.
you can't tell the difference. You can't tell the difference of if you're just helping them and being a good person, or if you're really genuinely.
Just take the L. Get used to taking L's like me. For real, like every time I take an L, man, I just try and take it on the chin. I get mad about it, and then I just keep it moving.
You reopen up Tinder and you're like,
Yeah, all right. Who can I super like? You know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to find the one. And think about it like the process of elimination. You know what I'm saying? The more no's you get, the closer you get to a yes.
yeah,
And that's why I keep asking for child support, because I know one day you'll
I
pay.
hope.
All right, I'm muting you.
Wild.
Sorry. Keep sweet. Look, just keep swiping, bro. Who can I super like? Tinder is total shit. It's probably trash now. Like, the thing is, man, there's apps for this. Like, there's literally apps.
It doesn't. Yeah, it
For
doesn't have
this.
to be Tinder. Like, it can be anything. Like, you can literally go to an event or something like that.
I hear Bumble's good this time of year. Hold on. I have to like adjust my seat. Tinder is garbage. I'm not gonna lie to you. Tinder used to be my shit, you guys. I used to love Tinder, but that was back when it like first dropped and everybody was on it. So that was like during college where I was actually like about Tinder. I feel like Tinder isn't effective now, or isn't as effective. But for real, man, I feel like honestly it just comes down to this one thing, man. Make yourself dope. For real, like just do shit that's dope. Do shit that's you.
Yeah, you gotta be you before you can impress anyone else.
Yeah, like I think honestly, if you don't know what you want to do with your life, you shouldn't be looking for somebody to date right now. to be completely honest, like if you have no idea where you're going, what you like to do, if you don't even know what your own life is, don't invite somebody else into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because that's just gonna be a temporary. That's just gonna be Susie. You know?
That's Susie. You could, hey, look, find Susie. Don't find Martha. Martha don't want you right now. For me, this is kind of how I see it. I feel like when it comes to like, this is like kind of what I'll leave you guys with for tonight. When it comes to finding my future wife, the one, right? Whatever that means, right? When it comes to that, I like to think of all this, the dating thing, the heartbreak thing, the crushing thing. I like to think of it as one big ass tutorial. And it's basically training me for the final boss, which is going to be the one that I really settle with. Like for real. Because I'm going to be glad that I went through all the bullshit with everybody before. Once I finally hit that point where Mrs. Prodigy can confront me and I know how to come correct. That's it. And I will not be friend zoned by her. Oh man. But yeah, that's all I got for today, y'all. Is there anything else that you guys wanted to add? Anything that you wanted to add, Otia?
I like, honestly, just pursue the things that you want to pursue. Because if you don't, how you gonna be like, hey, follow me on this journey, we can go down this path together? Guarantee ain't nobody trying to go down a path that, let me lay a brick real quick and then you can step on this one. Like,
yeah, right.
No one trying to fucking follow that.
Yeah. Build something, man.
Yeah. Build your future with the person that you wanna be with.
and you won't get friend zoned by them. Not if they're the right one. Foxy, you have any smart shit to say before I close things out? Perfect. All right. Cool.
No, I don't know anything about this. I think I do that. I don't know if I do friend zoning or not. I honestly don't know. I just don't pay attention.
Okay, it's gonna come down to this one question. Have you ever had a dude try to holler at you and you be like, let's just be friends?
See, okay, I've been told that people are hitting on me, but I can't tell because I just think people are just talking to me, and I just nobody's ever said, "Hey, do you want to have lunch?" And I'm like, no.
No, they just say, "Hey, do you want to have some ice cream?"
Nah, listen, we all know what school we were at. There was
exactly like who?
Let me program some code for you.
Do you want to see my code? Like, we know
we're in the same game design class.
I wasn't gonna get any field experience there. Okay.
Did you see my Sprite?
Oh my god. I can buy you a Sprite. I'm sorry, we're ugly for this.
Speaking of linking, how about wink together?
Oh my lord. All right, guys. Look, this has been the official Is the Friend Zone Real episode featuring OT, a Q&A at the end. If you guys liked this, please let me know. We can do this again sometime, man. That shit is fun. Or this shit is fun, I should say. And yeah, I'm going to close things off. But wait, before I do, join the Discord. Also, we need to vote. We need to vote on what question we do for the next episode on Tuesday. So let's go ahead and get this done right now. I'm going to give you guys the straw poll. Go ahead and vote for what you want the next episode of ALE will be right now. Hold on. You better get this shit. And with that being said, we're going to fade to black, and I'm going to give you guys like 1 minute to do it. So hurry up. Let's go. All right, guys, it looks like chat has officially voted on the next episode. Episode 15, airing on Tuesday, 8 p.m. PST. ALE is going to be... Do We Really Die? This is going to be interesting, guys. I can't wait to talk about it. I'm going to give you some real science. With that being said, if you're watching this on YouTube, please like, subscribe, comment. What is your answer to today's question? Today's question? What is your answer to today's question? Is the friend zone real or sna? With that being said, you guys, this has been ALE episode 14. I freaking appreciate you. With that being said, have a beautiful ass night. And as always, I will catch you on the next one. All right, I'm sorry.